as Catholics, one of the things that I think we take granted for the most are the sacraments. We know they're good, we know they're important, we know they give grace in some form, but how much do we really know about the sacraments? If I took any one of you one by one, or if one of your faithful Protestant friends said, hey, you Catholics are all about those sacraments. What is a sacrament? What does it even mean? We might shudder in our shoes because we may not know exactly. Now most of us, I think, would be able to get out of our mouth, well, it's what an outward sign instituted by Christ to give grace. That might somehow come out in some form, hopefully. But on this feast of the Holy Baptism of the Lord, I want us to dive a little deeper into what the sacraments are, especially baptism. Because we experience sacraments every week. We know it, we're used to it, but what is it? What are they? The first and most important thing that we need to know about the sacraments is that Jesus is first and foremost the source of all the sacraments. All the sacraments flow from him, but they're also completed in him, both in his human and in his divine nature. Jesus' humanity is key to all the sacraments, because in Jesus becoming man, his physical reality is also his divine reality. His human nature coming down to earth makes divine nature present, and he shares himself with us. That's how we get to participate in Jesus through the sacraments. Now, when you heard the gospel today, you may have wondered today or some other point, well, why does Jesus need to be baptized? He's God, right? There's no need for him to be baptized. And if you thought that, you're right. Jesus did not need to be baptized, but he chose to be baptized for two specific reasons. First, to make the waters holy for us, for those of us who would be baptized and to be cleansed. For all of us who have been baptized, the water is not only a symbol of being cleansed, like it was in the Old Testament, but the water and the words of baptism actually affects a real forgiveness of sins within us and makes us in communion with the Trinity and with the church. And Jesus was also baptized because he foreshadowed the Great Commission to go out and to do what? To baptize the nations in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. So in that moment that Jesus was being baptized, the Trinity is there present. The Father is speaking from heaven. Jesus, the Son, is present, and the Holy Spirit comes in the form of a dove. And we ourselves get caught up in that divine life because Jesus shared that with us. The word baptism comes from the Greek word baptizai, which means to plunge or to be immersed. And the plunging into the water symbolizes the catechumen's burial in Christ's death. But also, the 3 days later, the resurrection. The catechumen comes forward and resurrects in Christ as a new creature. We're so used to seeing baptism, we hear the words, we see the oil, we see the water. But each one of those physical elements are absolutely integral. The physical elements of water and the sacrament of baptism is more than just a conduit. The water, along with the words, in themselves cause a change. The water and the words produce themselves a grace within us. What I'm trying to say is that in the sacrament, water is more than just water. It actually produces grace within the person. So I want us to dive a little bit deeper deeper. And I'm going to hash this out in a couple different ways. So if something sticks, let it stick. If something doesn't make sense, I'm just going to keep going. But the sacrament contains and brings about what the sacrament signifies. I'm going to say that one more time. The sacrament contains and brings about what the sacrament signifies. So we have the external sign of water, and that brings about an internal reality of grace, which is what? The forgiveness of sins. Becoming a member of Christ's body, being infused with the virtues of faith, hope, and charity. So we have this external sign. We know that is water. And that water points to something. It points to the sacramental sign. What does that water signify? It signifies new life. It signifies resurrection. And that points to what? The inner reality of grace that happens within us. So again, the water, the external sign, points to what it signifies. New life. But that brings about a real change within our souls. The church uses 3 Latin phrases to explain this. The first is sacramentum tantum. That means the sign, the ritual act itself. What we see, the baptism itself, the water, the words, the oil, all the physical stuff of the sacrament. Then there's the sacramentum et res. That is the spiritual sign. That's what the water and the words point to. Again, new life. If we look at the Eucharist, what does the Eucharist signify? It signifies the crucifixion. It signifies the representation of Calvary at the cross. And then there's res tantum. And that is the interior and the spiritual effect that happens within. Those are the graces we receive. That is the internal effect that is being received at the moment of the sacrament. So the words and the water of baptism not only points to some awesome reality of new life and forgiveness, but it actually brings about the cause of new life and forgiveness in us. Oftentimes, especially in other churches, it's just a sign. It just is a symbol of something. But in the sacraments, it actually brings about the real change within us. I want everyone to look around, not around, but at the back of the church. Everyone turn. You can see the baptismal font. We have 2 actually. We have the one standing up that is in the shape of a womb, of a circle. And then you have the one on the ground, which we see on Easter Vigil and throughout the whole Easter season. The baptismal font that we see in the back right now signifies the womb, which points to, because of baptism, we have been birthed into Christ, birthed into eternal life. And the other baptismal font that comes from the floor, you step down into it. There's 2 or 3 steps that you go down into. And this goes back to the early church, the baptistries, and the homes where they first celebrated a Mass. Those you would take 3 or 4 steps down and you would be baptized. And those 3 steps down signify you going down into Christ's death and dying. But once you go down, you do what? You come up. And when you walk up those 3 steps, it signifies the new life and the resurrection that you experienced in Christ. So even when it comes to the size and the circular notion of the baptismal font and walking down, it points to the reality of what we experience in Christ at the moment of baptism. And just as an aside, from a catechetical perspective, when anyone questions us about infant baptism, please know that in the Acts of the Apostles, whole households were baptized. It wasn't just the adults. They didn't wait until a child was older to choose Jesus. The whole family was baptized and came into the fold of Christ in the church. grace of baptism that they and we receive gives us the grace to become and to live a cognizant and living faith. So as an infant who is baptized, you're receiving that grace to constantly come to know God throughout the years of coming to reason. And then in conclusion, as human persons, this may be very obvious, we are physical persons. We're experiential people. We touch, we eat, we smell, we hear. That's important for us as human persons. That's how God created us. And the Lord also wants us to experience Him through physical things, that not only point to spiritual realities, but actually cause in themselves a real change within us. If everything we did was just in our minds and was just totally spiritual, we would probably end up getting confused because we live in our own minds and every one of us thinks differently. But we take from Christ Himself, who said, "Take and eat. Do this in memory of me." What do we do at Mass? We eat and we drink the body and blood of Jesus Christ. Jesus said, "Baptize the nations in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit." We baptize every person in order to give them new life, to become a member of Christ's church, and also to have an opportunity for eternal life. At Mass, Father Linsky and I, the deacons, we kiss the altar because the altar during Mass is a sacramental sign of Christ. We use incense at Mass because it signifies our prayers going up to heaven, but it's also a sign of our worship to our faithful God. The oils that we use at confirmation, at baptism, at the anointing of the sick, all of these oils are used for healing, for protection, for sending us out on mission. It points to the spiritual reality that actually occurs in us. Y'all, our sacraments are awesome. And we not only know a little bit more about the sacraments, but may we realize the real spiritual effect that they have in us. As we celebrate this holy feast, I want each one of us to give thanks to God for our own baptism, for the eternal life that is given to us. And for us who will receive the body and blood today in the Eucharist, may we also receive Him, recognizing the great gift that He is to us. May we receive the Lord in veneration and respect, and knowledge that is not just some piece of bread, it is God Himself that we receive. May we realize the great gift of the sacraments, and may we give thanks to God for the gift of Himself to each one of us and to the Church.